Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of movie news and start off with a few TV stuff. Actually, The Bear Season 3, we got release date coming out for that. And also 28 years later, their confirmed release date for 2025. Shogun Season 2. Looks like we're actually getting a Season 2. I'm excited about that. Major streaming apps are coming together. They're going to bundle in one big thing. Is this the new thing for streaming apps in the war of getting the attention of the audience? And Friday the 13th, the showrunner, the director, he is out. Let's talk more about that. Lord of the Rings. We have a new movie coming out 2026. It looks like Gollum is going to be the center focus on that movie. More Fantastic Four casting has been announced. We got two roles. One's a mystery character role, and the other one we know what they're going to play. And we also have an update on the Alien TV series that'll be coming out Hulu next year, and much, much more news. So stay tuned.
I think a man only needs one thing in life. He just needs someone to love. If you can't give him that, you give him something to hope for. If you can't give him that, just give him something to do.
It's Iowa.
All right, finally we got the news of when The Bear Season 3 is coming out. I knew June of this year was when it was coming out, but we didn't know when it was coming out, at least the date and all that stuff. And also, we have not got a trailer at all. We've seen nothing. I'm like, what is going on? It's getting a little nervous because The Bear is one of my favorites. Recently, like a couple last years, new TV series. It's on Hulu. It's a comedy about, cooking in Chicago, Italian hot dog restaurant, all that type vibe. Man, absolutely love it. Very tense, but I love cooking. I love this stuff. The writing is amazing. Amazing. This first two seasons, they won a lot of awards. But yes, finally, we got a release date, June 27th. And the thing that actually surprised me about this is they're dropping all 10 episodes at once. Yes, we're not doing this week by week. It's all 10 episodes. Boom. June 27th, which is cool. But it's just such because I can't really talk about it with you guys because some people are on the first episode, some people are on the third episode. Some people have not finished it. They're almost close to finish it. So it's like, what can I talk about? What can I not talk about? But man, I absolutely love The Bear Season 1 and 2. And I'm glad they're going really fast with this too. Because it seems like every year we're getting a new season of The Bear. And I love this pace. I'm excited where they're going next. Because we know the first season was him coming in and restoring it. But it didn't really work out. And season 2 was pretty much renovation of the whole restaurant. And now this is the third season of them running the restaurant at a prime peak. And I'm excited to see where they go with this. We also have a release date for the next 28 years later movie. This is the third movie in the whole trilogy, I guess you would say, because there's 28 days later was the very first one, 28 weeks later was the sequel, and they skipped the whole 20 months later to 28 years later. We knew it was coming out in 2025, but not sure when. But it looks like it's coming out in June of 2025, and it's exactly June 20th. Yeah, so June 20th, 2025. So almost a year from now, we're going to get the next 28 years later movie. Okay, so probably the greatest news of all the news I want to talk about is we're getting a season 2. Most likely we're getting a season 2 of Shogun. Because when it first came out, it was Shogun as a miniseries, limited edition. And with the awards coming up, like the Emmys and all that stuff, they're going to have to change all that category. Because if they're going to have a season 2, that means they're not limited. And they're going to be now a drama series. But it looks like we're getting a season 2 to the point where, because it looks like the main guy, Hiroki Sanada, signed on to reprise his role as Lord Toranaga, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm telling you guys, if you have not seen the first season of Shogun, it's hard to watch it a few times, but oh my god, it is one of the best TV shows I've seen lately, and Hulu is just killing it with these TV series. But yeah, looks like we're getting a second season of Shogun. All right, if you're a Taylor Sheridan fan like me out here, you love your Yellowstone, 1883, 1923, Lioness, Tulsa King, Marissa Kingstown, and females like Sicario 1 and 2, Wind River, love that stuff. The Lioness TV series that came out last year, looks like we're getting a second season because according to Variety, Lioness has been renewed for a second season at Paramount Plus. Because it looks like the executives at Paramount, they said that the audience, the numbers are there. They made enough money to the point where they greenlit for the second season. I don't mind the first season. It wasn't like blew my mind away like 1883, but it was still good enough to the point where I watched the whole thing. Because that Bass Reeves, it started okay, but I still didn't finish it. But yeah, we're getting a second season of Lioness for Paramount Plus. So we are getting another Lord of the Rings movie. Me personally, I really enjoy the original trilogy. The Hobbit 3, they weren't as great as the first three, but it was still watchable. I don't mind it. And then looks like we have the TV series that came out on Amazon Prime last year, which the audience didn't really like it as much as a lot of people did. I don't mind it; it was okay. But they're going back and they're looking at what a lot of people love, and Gollum is something that a lot of people actually love because it's one of the main characters of the original three Lord of the Rings movies. So much to the point where they greenlit that he's getting his own movie and it comes out 2026. And they already have the director, and it's Andy Serkis. And of course, Andy Serkis was Gollum. He did the motion effects, but he is definitely the director's chair also. Because during Lord of the Rings, he was also the second unit director. I'm pretty sure that was also during The Hobbit or started with The Hobbit. But no, he can direct. And the fact that Peter Jackson is back, also he's going to be the main producer, the main executive producer, however you want to look at it. But it looks like we're going to get more than just one movie. But it makes sense to go back to a character that everyone knows, a lot of people respect and love, and he can really, even though he might not be the main character, he's going to have a lot to do with it. And the writers of this movie is the original writers of the three Lord of the Rings movies. So that is looking really good, really promising. Yeah, Peter Jackson, Andy Serkis, and the original writers, and as a main character, as Gollum, I think that's a safe bet and a smart route to go. So Friday 13 the other day, we had the major news that they hit pause on it, but now we know that this showrunner, the main person, Bryan Fuller, that created the Hannibal seasons, he is gone, he is out, and it's not his choice. It looks like it's a creative, a creative difference between A24, Peacock, and Bryan Fuller, which is really confusing because they hired him. They know what his material was, but now it's like, I don't know. It just shows that A24 have their own vision they want to do, and they weren't really letting Bryan Fuller kind of do his own thing, which is kind of alarming because it seems like they're going to be really strict on what they want and how the direction they want to go. So if you're going to hire a showrunner, a director, you're not going to let them do what they want to do. And someone like Bryan Fuller, which is respected, he knows this stuff. It's kind of alarming. And the fact that we have to wait even longer for it to the point where I can just see this being canceled soon. I really do. And it's really disappointing. It's been like 15 years since we've had Friday 13 content. And man, I just want some Jason fucking Voorhees. Okay, so about a couple months ago, we know that The Mandalorian is getting a movie. And it's called The Mandalorian Guru. They're getting the whole movie, and it looks like it's going to be before the next season, even if there is a next season, but I think there is. But the cool thing about this movie is Sigourney Weaver is in talks to join the movie. And this is according to Variety. Sigourney Weaver, we all know her as the final girl in the Alien movie, and recently she was in the Avatar movies. But this one, depending on what role she does, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Like, I've seen the main stuff, couple shows on Disney Plus, but that's why you don't see a lot of Star Wars content on my channel. I respect it, but I'm interested to see how this movie turns out. But looks like Sigourney Weaver is in talks to join the movie. One of my favorite franchises is A Nightmare on Elm Street. So my third favorite franchise of all time behind Halloween, Friday 13, the major horror franchise. And Heather Langenkamp looks like she wants one more stab at Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I don't blame her because with Halloween, 2018, Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, it brought back the Laurie Strode character with Jamie Lee Curtis, the whole final girl, and giving them one more final go at it. I don't blame her. She definitely wants one more go at it. She's had her attempts already though because she was in the first one. She came back for the third one, which was really cool. And then what was it? It was one of the last ones where she came back as herself. They did I forgot the word for it, but they play the movie within the movie, their characters themselves. It's very meta. I think that's what I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, she's had 3 attempts at this, but looks like she wants more at it. And my question is to you guys: do you want Heather Langenkamp going at it one more time, or Freddy Krueger. So Godzilla and Kong came out about a month ago, and that is confirmed that they're getting a sequel to that. That is one good thing about that. Not surprised because this is the most money they've ever made with the Godzilla movie. But Kong Skull Island, it's like $14 million ahead of it. So eventually, this will be the most money ever made in the MonsterVerse type deal. But it is confirmed that they're also having this mysterious sixth movie. It's in the works, and this is according to Bloody Disgusting. The director is Dave Callahan, which is, the Sean Shang in the Ten Rings. He is going to be directing this, and they don't know what it is exactly, but we know that the TV series Legacy, Kingdom of Monsters, I forgot what the title was, but that's on Apple TV. That's renewed for a second season, and a bunch of other spinoffs. So this is really curious what we can go here. This could be a straight up Godzilla movie. We can do something that's not Godzilla or King Kong. We can do a Skull Island, but I'm excited. I love the MonsterVerse. It's one of my favorite universes. I'm glad they kept it going with the recent Godzilla and Kong movie. So the Peacemaker season 1 is on my list of need to watch. I still have not seen it, but we know the second season is being filmed right now as we speak, along with Superman. Those are the two DC content that's being filmed right now. And the first season of the Peacemaker is not going to be canon with this new DC timeline. So what happened in the first season? It's irrelevant what will happen in the second season. I know it's confusing, I know. But Rick Flagg Sr. is confirmed to join season 2, and it's by Frank Grillo. Everyone knows him mostly from the Purge movies. I really like this guy. He's a great actor, but he's playing Rick Flagg Sr. Yes, Rick Flagg Jr., we all know him from Suicide Squad. The two versions of it with James Gunn and David Ayers was the very first one, but yeah. Which like we got Rick Flagg Sr. coming to Peacemaker season 2. So the Fantastic Four, it's the casting has just been like every day we're getting this every new day. In the last 2 days, we got 2 roles that have been picked off. Ralph Ineson is going to play a villain, Galactus. I'm not a comic guy. I don't know all the details about the stuff, but I'm just going to let you know what's going on. And you might know this Ralph Ineson guy from The Witch. The A24, Robert Eggers. He has that really deep voice. Really cool. But the next is very interesting. John Malkovich, he joins a mysterious role where we don't know what his character is. But, man, John Malkovich, love him. My favorite role of his would be on Con Air. Cyrus the Virus. Yeah. We got 2 new roles for the Fantastic Four. And I'm sure every day we're going to get a new cast. It looks like Doctor Doom has not been picked up yet. That it'd be coming here very soon, so keep an eye out for that. I think it's very common to say that The Office is one of the top greatest comedy TV series of all time. We will put that in the Mount Rushmore. I respect that. I have not seen all the episodes. I've seen a little bit of stuff here and there. I'm the biggest fan, but I highly, highly respect it. I know a lot of people love it, and I don't blame them. What I have seen, it's funny. It's just, there's so much stuff out there. You can't watch it all. But the word is, according to Slash Film, that the Office spinoff is officially on. It's good to go, and it's gonna be streaming home. But it's gonna be, well, it looks like it's gonna be a whole new characters, new everything. But you might get some of these legacy characters from the very original series. They might be playing a role here and there, but it looks like it's gonna be all new stuff. But yeah, we're getting a spinoff for The Office, and I'm very curious to see what roles, who they get, unknowns. Famous actors. Really curious where this goes. So we all know that we're getting an Alien Romulus movie coming out this August, but next year we're getting the actual Alien TV series, which is going to be completely different than the movies we've seen so far, and the Romulus coming out. What's going to be different about this one is it's going to be set on Earth, which is really cool. It's kind of like the Alien and Predator, the second one, but this is going to be, years before Ripley and all that character in the original movie. Also, the thing about this is it started filming in July 2023, but then in August, with all the strikes and all that stuff, it halted. But this year, it started back up in April, and the production moved forward to Thailand to finish this movie. So right now, as we speak, this movie is still being made, which is good. I'm glad. And the cool thing about this is Timothy Olyphant. I love him from The Crazies, the remake. He is leading this whole cast and a bunch of unknowns, but this is going to be a prequel story, I guess you would say, to the original Alien movies. And the fact that they're going along with the TV series, I love this. what Hulu has done so far, with Prey and Hellraiser, they really just changed the whole landscape. And what I've seen so far, the Alien Romulus, like I am stoked for this movie. So if they're going that good with this TV series, I'm excited. I cannot wait. I love my shark movies, and 47 Meters Down was something that was different and fresh, and the tension of you just not knowing when the shark was going to get you in the first movie. The second one just was not the way they should have followed up. It was just everything about that movie I was just not happy with. Um, but it looks like we're getting a third one, and I'm glad because they need to bring this back because it is a great franchise. It's called 47 Meters Down the Wreck, and it looks like it's being directed by Patrick Lussier, which directed My Bloody Valentine, and he was also the film editor on a few Halloween movies. Um, I think it was Halloween H2O. He was the editor on that. I could be wrong, but he is going to be directing this, and it looks like it has something to do with like a treasure wreck and figuring all that stuff out. So like the Paul Walker movie Into the Deep, but imagine that, not Into the Deep, excuse me, Into the Blue, the Paul Walker movie. It's like that, but mixed with 47 Meters Down, and that is what looks like we're gonna get for the next movie in the franchise. All right, Section Monkeys, that is it for today's news. I know it's not as much as it normally is, but there's a lot of small stuff I want to talk about, and the fact that you guys are just aware of it is really what I want you guys to know about. So, if you liked this content, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and hope you have a good day.